Welcome back, nail friends. So welcome back to the channel where I try to eliminate your nail struggles by trying all the nail things so you don't have to. If you can, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Come on, join our family. That's what my nephew says. Join our family. Nevertheless, if you're new, I appreciate you coming to come over to our slice of the universe. If you're an oldie but goodie, you know how much I love and appreciate you for coming back. But nevertheless, I thought I would show you how I apply the Medusa gels and to show you some of the things that I use in my application of these specific products. So we're going to paint on a couple of these because I'm sure some of you want to know, like I've shown you my bounty, I've shown you my haul, but I know you're like, so how do you put them on? Like, how does it work? So I'm going to show you a few things that I use. I have an alcohol bottle here. You've seen this for me in my cheap useful supplies. I just get one of these from Walmart. I have a couple of dampen dishes here because I like to use, when I'm cleaning off my brush, one for light colors and one for dark colors. I also have here a stand that has some nails on it that's held down by some glue dots and some performance base coat. Because if you don't know, gel does not really like to stick to shiny surfaces like a nail, and I got one of my nails over here that is just, you know, kind of acting a little bit stupid, but you know, we're gonna do what we do. So the next thing that we are gonna do is that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm also gonna grab my lamp because I want to be able to cure these so that you all have an opportunity to see how these gels perform. So the color gels that I chose today was number 183, which is bunny ears. Now this is actually a very light pink color, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with that. But the first thing that I am going to do is use the performance base coat. I have found that with these gels, you can go ahead and paint on a straight finish file nail, but I found the smoothest and most consistent application when I either used the performance base coat, which I'm about to stick that into the lamp to cure for about 30 seconds, when I used the performance base coat, or I used the Stuck On You bonder, which is a protein bonder. I found that both of them worked very well. I do like using the performance base coat because the performance base coat, if you don't know, is a soak off base coat, so you're able to put it down before you go ahead and apply your hard gel to your nails. This is not a gel polish. This is a potted hard gel. This is something that is very, 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 very useful and used a lot overseas, because overseas a lot of people don't always use, in different countries they use potted or polishes with, I'm gonna just show you I painted. They do use polishes with brushes, but in places like Korea and Japan, they feel like they are not getting all of their product unless they have it in a potted gel where you can use it to the last drop. Also, you can also take the jars when you're done and be able to use them to make additional colors and be able to mix and match whatever it is, or you have larger jars to be able to put the colors in a smaller jar. So hopefully this one is going to act right. So while that's going ahead and curing, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you that I also have multiple brushes. So for me, I have a myriad of different systems, but I tend to use the brush that is for that specific system for those colors. So here's what I mean. For the Medusa gels, I have one that's marked for Medusa dark gels, one that is for the glitter or glam colors, and then I have another color that is for the Medusa light colors. This is just something that I have found that has helped me when I am trying to apply different hard gels or polishes and different things of that sort, and I don't want to mix the colors or have them bleed through. So this is bunny ears, and I just go ahead and I actually dip it and I kind of swirl it off and just get enough on the brush to cover the brush. So, you know, I just kind of like to go in and I actually like to paint this on. Now this particular hard gel, I did find that I'm able to float it on in that as well. So, but just know right now I'm not going through the complete, you know, polish application and that. I am literally trying to get the color on the nail. But I wanted to show you how, even that this is a light color, but that it has extremely good coverage even in one coat. So you can see that there's very little streakiness, and what I found with the lighter colors that you see here is that once I paint it on and I kind of just let it sit for a minute, you know, turn it upside down and that, for a couple of seconds, what I have found is that the color kind of levels out a little bit to have a little bit less streakiness to it. So that is, we're going to go ahead and let that cure while I move on to the next colors. And then the next color that I wanted to show you is actually one of the Medusa gel darker colors. This is actually number color 54. Now the reason I want to show you this is because a lot of times, you know, it can be easy for darker colors to go on the nail, but sometimes it can be a little more difficult for the lighter colors to go on the nail. But I like to paint this at a flat angle. Now you'll see me go ahead on a higher angle on here because I am literally just trying to get the color on the nail for you to be able to see it. But then I also want you to be able to see the smoothness and the application and the pigmentation of these specific colors, because I need you to know that I don't want you to think that I'm just trying to sell you a bill of goods, but that I am also trying to advocate for a product that is going to give you extremely good coverage for your money, and that you are going to get a quality product. I mean, how many times have you all out there used polishes, used colors, used gel hybrids, and let's just be honest, they suck monkey balls. The color is just not there. You are painting for days and you're like, this is, and it just bulks up the nail. And you can see here that I have pretty much painted this nail the color that I wanted it to be, and it's a significantly dark color. And guess what? I have little to no bulk. Okay, and again, these colors, I did put on a coat of the Performance base coat. I did not wipe off the inhibition layer, and I kind of let it sit for a minute. And then what happens, it kind of levels out a little bit on its own. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick that in there and let that cure. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take bunny ears back out because I want you to see the beauty of these gels and the beauty of these colors. And then I also want you to be able to make a decision for yourself, you know, as to whether or not this would be a good application for you. So the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to do a second coat. I really kind of don't need one, but I'm going to do one only because I want to have that opaque coverage. So for those of you that are purists in how you paint nails, just forgive me about how I'm painting this nail. I am literally just trying to show you you actually can get one coat coverage, because I found that with the lighter colors, when I go back and I kind of just paint over them, I put down just one base coat, I don't cure it, and it just kind of come back with a flat stroke on the color, that I can get one coat coverage out of these gels. So you can see here, beautiful, look at that. This is a white base pink, and for those of you that paint nails, or for those of you that are, you know, techs, or even if you're do-it-yourselfers, DIYers, you know that light colors can be very difficult to put on the nails, and that you need many coats. And you can see just from the side just how thin, and it's almost no bulk to that nail. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure that one as well and move on to the next color, so that you can definitely see even more of the application. So when we bring out our darker color here, we see here that we have a pretty, you know, opaque finish of the indigo color. And of course, you can make these colors lighter or darker based on your application. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna go in for another coat, because I just want to see the opaqueness, and then I also want to see the depth of the richness of color that we can obtain. But as you saw from just the one coat coverage, the first coat, I pretty much got the color that I want and have virtually no bulk on the nail. Like, look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the beauty of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure that one as well. So I'll move on to the next color. And again, like I said, I use different brushes as well. I use one for dark colors and one for light colors. It just helps me when I am trying to, you know, show you all, or just go ahead and paint colors. And then, so what I'm doing now is this, I'm just spraying some alcohol in a dampened dish, and then I'm taking my brush and I'm just kind of going back and forth. I have a set of these Simply Simmons brush that I had over a year, and I have had no issues with my brushes when I go ahead and I pull them through some alcohol in order to get the color out. Alrighty, so the next thing that I do want to show you all I actually got a little gel on me, and usually I just take a little cloth and I just usually take some alcohol and go ahead and wipe it off. You want to wipe off gel as soon as, if you were to get it on yourself, wipe it off right away. You don't want to have any exposure issues in that to gel. So the next color I'm going to show you is one of the Glam Colors. So these Glam Colors, if you've heard me say this before, do have flecks of real silver to them. So these are actually a little bit grittier than the light and the dark colors, but I actually don't mind. So look here, I just picked up a very little, and look, you can stretch this out if you wanted to, you know, kind of feather the color out. And you can see here towards the bottom of the nail, the top of the nail, excuse me, the top of the nail here, how you can feather this out in order to get a lighter color. Let me go zoom in for you. So you can feather the glitters out in order to get more of a glitter fade, or you can paint them on thicker like you see here at the bottom half of the nail, where you can get more of that opaque coverage. Okay, so again, you can use these definitely for glitter fade and pulling them out, or you can have that one coat coverage where you can use this maybe as this is your accent nail. Maybe you're using this to stamp on, but again, you'll see virtually no bulk, ladies and gentlemen, no bulk. And that's why I really do like a lot of these colors. So we're going to go ahead and let that cure while I move on. And again, I just use my glitter brush because I have a separate dark, light, and glitter brush for colors. So now I'm gonna show you one more of the shimmer colors because I just want you all to see the application of these. I'm gonna try not to make this video, I mean, it's already kind of long, but I just want you to be able to see how these apply, because the last thing I want you to do is wonder, okay, I get these colors, well, how do they apply? Okay, look here, tell me, give me the you know, the tea. All right, so this is actually one of the shimmer colors that are in the Medusa collection. This is the number 4. This is the color, I believe this is, yeah, the Sands of Summer, and this has a shimmer color, and I just kind of like to scoop it, kind of like, you know, gel to break off the tail, and I'm gonna just paint that right on. So don't go comment on my painting. I know it's not a purist in that you have to start in the middle, the top of the nail, I mean the bottom of the nail, and then build your way, you know, up or whatnot. So just work with me here. We are literally trying to show you how beautifully these colors kind of just paint on, and even in the sheer colors you can still get that one coat coverage by all in your application. Okay, it's all in your application, and as I told you before, these are hard gels. Okay, so I'm gonna move that around a little bit because I want to see a little more opaque coverage. But alrighty, all right, so we have that on. Beautiful color. Now what are we going to do? I am going to, let's fix that little over there. I'm going to kind of let it sit for a second because, as I told you before, I've learned when I let the colors kind of sit a little bit, they kind of level off a little bit on their own. So here we are, let that level off a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick that in the oven and let that go ahead and cook. Okay, all right, so we're cleaning off of our brushes. Yes we are, yes we are. All right, so we're pretty much done here, ladies and gentlemen, but I wanted to show you how these colors absolutely apply. Here are some of your, this is one of your lighter colors, this is one of the darker colors, and then we also have a glam color, and I showed you how you're able to do both a glitter fade as well as paint it on thicker for a more opaque coverage. And then last but not least, you also have one of your shimmer colors that has good coverage. So hopefully you learned something new here, and if you haven't, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I would really love to see you back to the channel. Nevertheless, you know what I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, life is too short to wear boring nails, and we're out.